Hey, Jerry here, Execute Fitness, the Second Chance program, and today we're gonna tell you how to build a dream body without restricting diets and excessive cardio. What are the three biggest secrets you still need to know in order to get results like that? Over the last 6 months, we changed over 200 lives, at least 200 women's lives in the program. And today I'm going to be telling you what are the biggest struggles and what are the three secrets and what are the three problems that you probably well aware or not really so much well aware, but you still cannot seem to get around how to fix. Before we start, I'm going to need to ask you at least 20 minutes of your attention. I want you to log off from Facebook, from Instagram. I really want you to pay attention to this presentation because chances are, if you don't, nothing is going to change in my life. But something, if you actually pay attention, something is actually going to change in your. You're going to be exposed to some valuable information, and some of the information that you hear here in this presentation you probably never heard of before. Okay, so pay attention and just give me your time. If you stay until the end, what I'm going to be giving you is a body type guide. Yes, ladies. There is a difference between when you're a pure body shape and you're an apple body shape. There is several differences both on how to eat, how to work out, and so forth. So what I want you to do at the end of this presentation, you're going to send me a message. We're going to send you a video guide. And this is kind of like what my thank you, my little gift that I'll be giving you just to stay until the end here with me today. So what are three main problems in the fitness industry today? What is really this problem that make people struggle so much? Number one, we all know it, are diet restriction, and with diet and restriction there is confusion coming along with that. Number two, we tend to follow influencers that without any relevant scientific logic, and at times you tend to follow people by the number of followers that they do have on Instagram or on Facebook. Number three, what I call the hamster wheel problem or process, that it shows that people tend to actually be on cardio machines for sometimes hours, and you don't see them change in any shape or form after 2, 3, 4 months. So obviously this is becoming a problem, and I'm going to be telling you exactly what the problem is. But who am I? I'm Jerry, the owner of Execute Fitness. I'm an exercise physiologist, I'm a nutritionist, and I'm the owner of Execute Fitness and the Second Chance program. A little bit about me. I finished my degree a couple of years ago in the Barry University in Miami. I am also certified in personal training. I am nutritionist certified. But more than that, I can actually relate to you because in the past I've been struggling a lot with a problem with binge eating, with party drinking, over drinking at times. And this is kind of like, I come to you not only as a professional personal trainer, but I come to you being able to empathize and relate with you because I'm actually able not only to see fitness as a professional would see it, but actually be able to empathize with you how you see fitness. At times, with my own struggles, my own transformation going from bad habits to good habits to building a lifestyle, as well as obviously applying all the information I learned, helped me so much to actually be able to relate with people, okay? But more than that, more than my kind of like what I did, my certification, I'm pretty sure you want to know what I can do for you. So what I did in the past 6 months, or actually 8 months when we went online, when we launched online, before that 20 years one-to-one in gyms, we actually changed women's life. And this is actually some of the things women say about our program right now. So, here we have Gigi, she actually stopped eating chocolate ever since she started. Then you can actually see the transformation we have here in just 6 weeks, some of them even less, some of them in a span of 3 weeks only. This actually on the bottom, it was only after 3 weeks. By just cleaning up the way you eat, you end up looking like that. And here we have Pilar, she say she would never leave the program ever since she started. And of course, more and more transformation we're going to see later. So what my mission is here is to actually take you to the best that you can actually be. okay, the best you, and actually give you the tool to maintain it. For some of you, it's gonna look like going back to your favorite dress. For some of you, it's gonna look like being stronger. For some of you, it's gonna look like almost like a competitor physique, or just cleaning up the abs a little bit. For some of you, moms, it's gonna look like getting more energy so you can play with your kids better. And of course, let's look at now the actual problem. The problem are diets. Diets, obviously, in building a body, right? And when we see today, there is all this keto, we have paleo, we have vegetarian, we have vegan, and all that. And basically, what they are, they're basically calorie restricting protocol, and at times, unfortunately, they're very much too much restricting protocols. And what we fail to realize, we don't focus on the big picture. We focus only on what I call kind of like the small picture, right? If you see the pyramid of nutrition here, diets would stay on top. And instead of looking at things from the bottom up, we look at things from the ground, from the top to down. Basically, the idea is really to stop dieting, because dieting is pretty much correlated and translated to restriction, and so much, like I said, too much restriction. Here, I tell you how you would need to find a sweet spot, and what is wrong with the dieting world today. Because we have, if 2000 calories, for example, is your total daily need, which would be your metabolism rate plus the activity you would do, diets, when they restrict too much, and that would be on blue here, they would tell you to pretty much cut off a full category of food, like taking off carbohydrates. They tell you to do intermittent fasting, not eating for a while. They tell you to take off vegan. They tell you to even take off the whole protein and stuff. Basically, all they do by taking off or restricting all these protocols, they have you stay most of the time on around 1,000 calorie diet. And of course, the first week is going to actually work out. But then after that, what tends to happen, you kind of, your body stalls, it plateaus, it doesn't give you any more results, and then of course on top of that you actually lose motivation. The green, it would actually be a little bit more of a good approach. When and if you know your total daily need, you would have to cut off calorie by 300 or 500 calorie daily as an average, and this would give you the ability to actually find more, a little bit more duration or whatever, or kind of like maintenance or flexibility in a way that you don't feel so much restricted. This would probably be lasting longer. It's still not our approach, or it's still not the best approach I would suggest. Why diet doesn't work? Because obviously it creates a plateau, it creates inflammation in the body by certain hormones that are produced when you tend to stress too much. It downregulates your metabolism, and even if you started even by not working out with a 2000 calorie metabolism, now by dieting harder and harder, you end up restricting yourself. You downregulate your metabolism crawls down to 1500, and when you realize that you can no longer lose weight, you tend to eat more, and now you tend to eat the same amount that you were eating before, so you go back to 2000, and next thing you know is what is called the yo-yo effect. So why does the fitness industry care about diets, and why they keep marketing you so hard? Because obviously giving you protocols of restriction, and they know damn well that you're gonna probably try that and it's not gonna work, and you're gonna come back for more. In fact, the diets, all of them work if you're able to sustain it, but they're so restricting that nobody can sustain it, right? So why would they want you to diet all the time so you can come back? Look at the facts. The eating and nutrition weight loss industry is rated 648 billions, right? Probably in US alone, okay? More than wellness and tourism, more than preventive medicine and public health, more than the fitness and mind body in general. In fact, the only one that exceeds that is the beauty, anti-aging, and obviously and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's so high, so price high, that just by them not giving you any more diet or not marketing to you anymore, they will lose tons of money. In fact, you need to understand that nobody really teaching you the body mechanism of compensation, right? Your body thinks in weeks. In fact, it thinks even not in weeks, not in days, but even in months. So what you see on the mirror today is probably the addition of good or bad behavior in the past I want to say a couple of years. Okay, so this slide here shows you that if you overheat one day, as long as you can stay on a mildly calorie level, or the end of the week, you end up almost like a weekly average of 2000 calories. While if you eat multiple times bad, you would need to probably restrict yourself of feeling bad for all the rest of the day just to end up on a basic 2000 calorie as an average weekly, right? This is how some people still, don't pay attention so much on the calorie. They just here and they just try to eat clean and stuff, and then like you go out on the weekend and you have your drinks and you have your dinners, and then like you don't get weight, you don't gain weight, but you don't lose weight either. It's kind of like you stay all the time on the same level. And this is how it's understandable that your body thinks in weeks and not in days. In fact, if you go out and eat 2 pizzas today, tomorrow you're not going to be 1 kilo heavier. In fact, you're not going to gain anything. As long as you can restrict yourself and as long as you can actually be lighter on the next few days after. This is also, though, on the same way, this is a positive note here, and this is kind of like making you understand like why diets or restricting protocol, they should not be that restricting. On the same way, though, on the opposite side, if you exceed, not knowing your calorie level that you need is also a problem, because if you don't have awareness, if you restrict yourself too much, or in the same way, if you exceed by only 150 calories a day, that it could be these 2 cookies over there, or it could be an apple, it would be the total of 750 calories in a week. That would be 3000 calories in a month, and it would equal to 10 McDonald's cheeseburger, right? But on top of that, 3000 calories is almost like half a kilo of fat. So if you have this tendency to eat 150 calories plus every day just by saying, oh, I'm just gonna eat this cookie today, and if you don't know how your calories should be, or your calorie intake should be, you're gonna end up gaining 0.5 kilogram in a month, because after a month, by doing the wrong things, the bad habits, your body will tend to compensate. So this is why instead of just thinking on diets all the time, you should actually really thinking on mechanism of compensation. Okay, looking at diets here, I would equal them. In fact, as restricting as they are, I would probably make this metaphor over here, that you would start a diet until that you can actually feel comfortable only when you get out of the diet. So you start this diet and you say, I'm gonna diet right now until the summer, and then like I'm gonna get out of it, right? The only problem, if you do that, you end up in getting into the yo-yo effect, because obviously, like I said before, your metabolism creep down, you cannot wait to get out of the diet, and you end up actually this scenario that basically you will get back the weight with the interest as well. In fact, you have to take the habits of looking at the basic of nutrition. The basic of nutrition is actually behavior and lifestyle, energy level, so knowing the calories, and then goes up in the macronutrient, the micronutrient, the nutrient timing, and so forth. This, if you see that, you would probably get a step up and actually make some improvement. And basically, this would also be called, eat clean eating, the bro science. There is certain food that are good, certain food that are bad. I'm also here to tell you that all this is also bullshit as well. There is no good food or bad food, because if you see things this way, yeah, you can actually probably do it for a while, but then when your body is gonna stop giving you results, because plateaus are natural by nature, you're probably gonna end up recurring into this problem over here. In fact, this one, it would be, in my opinion, be very risky and slow and painful, because like you would probably, it's like the metaphor is kind of like going around Europe with a whole car. You will get there somehow, but you probably have to push the car as well. Our approach instead is a little bit different. We look at your single-hander situation. You're gonna probably have some bad habits, so we look into improve habits by telling you, first of all, by giving you awareness, teaching you about calorie count, teaching you about macros, teaching you going from eating a whole pizza to a slice of pizza, from a slice of pizza to a healthy balanced food, to give you kind of like an 80-20% rule, in a way that you can still enjoy some of your habits. And then we refine habits, and lastly, we teach you how to eat clean, but in the same way you can still know the awareness of food, and you can know that there is no good food and bad food. There is actually only the food that you actually need to be familiar with and you need to know what to do with. So you're going to learn about portion control, you're going to learn about what is healthy, what is a healthy and balanced plate, and specifically you're going to master habits. You're going to improve habits, you're going to master habits, and you're going to learn awareness. In fact, we teaching you how to fish instead of actually get the fish served to you. We go down to the deeper level in level 2 about not only calorie counting, but we actually teach you how to deal with apps, and not only taking an app and counting the steps and actually plug some food in. We're actually teaching you the benefit from having high carb days to having low carb days, what the carbohydrates does before and after the workout, hormonally speaking, on your body. So it's a little much deeper than probably whatever you probably tried before. In fact, that's what I like to call, traveling in style. Any approach that you can sustain is going to be the best approach. In our approach, we teach you how to get your total daily need. We find something according to the picture and something according to your story, according to your past and everything, and we tell you how to actually do this thing in 3 hours or less in a week. But specifically, we teach you a way not to diet, and we teach you a way to actually be able to sustain not only for 6, 12, 20 weeks. We teach you how to actually be able to sustain the nutrition forever. The second problem I see here, that influencer does not equal professional. Okay, somebody that looks like this girl over here. Unfortunately, it's in Instagram. You will find tons of people like that, and they will tell you that there is one specific strategy for you to get the same kind of physique they have. And they say, for example, that you need to do AMS, a specific service. Or even worse, they tell you that you need to get a secret pill or some kind of supplements that they got that kind of physique like that. So not only they didn't get the physique like that, but if you believe that just by doing detox or doing keto diet or doing this kind of thing you can get the abdominal this girl has, you getting deceived very easy, because on top of that, you not only it's going to be so restricted that you're not going to be able to do it, but on top of that, you're going to be finding yourself with decimating your metabolism, getting your thyroid level to be super low, and you're gonna end up by finding that you're gonna have to put many more weeks to fix the problem that you have in the first place. The last problem here, I see the hamster wheel problem. The hamster wheel problem is doing too much cardio, with the idea that obviously we've been advertised and doing cardio, we burn fat. And what I'm going to be telling you is going to probably be new for you. It's probably going to be something you never even heard before. But we don't burn fat with doing exercise. Any exercise at all, we don't burn ever fat. In fact, the only thing we can impact is our lean muscle tissue, our muscles. Okay. The only thing we can do to actually get rid of fat is doing liposuction or any kind of surgery that way. I'm not suggesting you do that, but this is the reality. This is the only way you're taking away exercise. So you're gonna ask yourself, how do we see people all the time exercising, getting better, getting lean? This mechanism I'm gonna actually teach you right now. We also don't want you to exercise, or we also don't exercise to burn calorie. In fact, we should actually look at the picture on the bottom, and we should understand that we really need to get the muscle to be bigger in order to actually get rid of the fat in the first place. Because if we look at the calorie burn of doing gyms, you would understand that by doing weights, you would probably burn 70% of carbohydrates, 17 grams out of 100 calories, 30% fat, so only 4 grams of fat. And you see that it's kind of like almost nothing, right? But in the same way, when you do aerobics, and this is why people tend to want to do classes, go around and stuff, you burn 100 calories and you end up burning 70% of fat, 30% of carb. Yes, but on total, out of 100 calories, 7 grams of fat. If you realize that in a kilogram of fat there is 7,000 calories, you would understand that you would probably have to exercise the whole day. Okay, so why do we work out then? Why do we actually work out? It's to create more muscle and to make sure that obviously we get the food that we ingest towards the muscle and not towards the fat. This is also why the muscle weigh more than the fat. You see the same amount of weight here, the fat is a lot more volume and the muscle is shorter, is smaller, but it does weigh more. Okay, so I like the idea of watching the scale all the time. This is the problem, because maybe you're getting better you're getting improvement, but you still look at the scale as a benchmark, and then like you look like nothing is happening in your body. Like the thing I want you to take home from this, why do we exercise then, is really to find not this strategy. There is not one strategy to have you get the perfect body. There is your strategy. Your strategy means that we're going to have to do some kind of cardio. This is gonna take out of your comfort zone very much in a way that you can improve your system at the cellular level. You can have more mitochondria in the cells. The heart rate can improve and stuff like that. And also specifically doing weights at home, doing weights in the gym, even better. And the ratio is going to be something between 3/1 or 2/1 or something like that. We're going to have to find something for you that you can actually stick. The only exercise you're going to actually do is the one that you like. So our approach is always finding 50% what you like, 50% what you actually need at least. And of course, how do you apply all this information? We learn already about food, we learn about changing habits, improving habits. We know that there is a strategy that we must find for you, but how do we apply the information, and why information alone doesn't work? We see this all the time. If you would be resourceful enough, you would just go on YouTube and actually find a strategy for you, but people do that all the time, and we got diabetes rising, we got the cardiac heart disease rising, people get fatter than ever. And specifically, if it was the information that you'd need, in this era of information, there has never been more. In fact, there is too much information. It would probably be enough going on Google or YouTube. That's why motivation doesn't work, why information doesn't work alone, is because of the magic words that I was actually about to say right now. People tend to run on motivation, okay? And why can we keep motivation? Because motivation, you don't just keep just by default. You don't wake up motivated. In fact, in a week, you probably can wake up 3 days out of 7 motivated. The other days, you won't be motivated. So how can we keep people motivated? How do we keep people motivated? You actually get taught in here that you cannot rely on motivation, because your body is going to show you results, and as soon as the body stops showing you results, your motivation is going to die down very quickly. So what do you need in order for you to start a goal and specifically keep that goal? It's really much working in the way, in our approach, going deeper and deeper into your why. We need to understand what your goals are, what is important for you, and specifically why is the underlying need that you need. For somebody, it would be getting the abdominal. For somebody else, it would be getting back on their dress. For somebody else, they want to feel stronger, so they want to feel more safer. For somebody else, they want to have the body they never had. Somebody would just maybe want to have more energy. But you want to know why you want to have more energy. You want to play with your kids more? Why do you want your abs? What is the ab gonna do? This confidence that you need that you probably don't have right now, this self-pride that you have, is it gonna be something for you, or is it gonna be something, to improve the relationship with your husband? Is it gonna be something, if you're single, to actually make you probably meet somebody that you feel like you're gonna be worth for, because maybe you have this lack of confidence, lack of self-love? All this information, all this self-work that you need to do, this is gonna be your driving force, because like when you see a picture such as this and you say, I want to look like her, you can put that on your fridge mentally, or you can actually put a real picture on the fridge and say, every time you're going to feel like you're going to quit, you're going to remember that this desire you have is not only something that you have for 5 minutes, but it actually need to be, over time. You must kind of create your own virtual reality, like in a video game. So you can probably look whatever sexy mean to you, but in reality you do need to understand that you must have a driving force toward the end. And why is so important to do that? Because over the human psychology, over the reticular activation system, our minds tend to limit us very, very, very much. Okay, we are we are in this era, we are really hardwired to see celebrities everywhere, the way they look. With our senses, we get target almost like daily by how, why is it important to look such a way, why we should look like that, why we should do. And then this idea creates an identity, right? We create an identity that you almost can never get there. Like, or maybe if you wanna seem like that, how far you are. And kind of like with your language, you speaking to people, telling with yourself, you make yourself up with stories, you limit yourself, and this is also what is called your mind map, okay? So you see almost these targets as being not only far away, but almost like impossible to achieve. And this is exactly what I wanna go here. You know, like what you experienced in the past, and not only in the past months, but in the past 10 minutes, when we started this presentation, you are not the same person as you are now. So if you take any program or this program or any program in a way that you compare what you did in the past, and you know it's not gonna work, you're gonna build up an identity that is not gonna work. You're gonna be feeling, you're gonna reinforce that with a negative language. You're gonna build up values, and you're gonna self-create your story and your destiny. While if you understand that it doesn't really matter who you were 5 minutes ago, but you're gonna say who I am today and I can do it today, you're actually gonna build a positive identity daily. By the daily work, you're gonna reinforce it, and when you see the results on your body, as we can show you results pretty much every day, but specifically when you actually can measure results, you're gonna build up value, and you're gonna build up self-worth, and you're gonna actually build up positive stories right now. And as you do this over time, and you don't attach feelings, but you attach only facts, because we do work with facts, you understand that the identity that you're gonna build up is a very positive identity. So you're going to be in charge with your emotion. You know, success is really determine the outcome. You know, you can build up positive emotion, and you can actually understand that you are the driving force building up your results. So are you seeing clear right now? Are you seeing the problems? Are you seeing what the three big problems are? And are you seeing what do you want? You know, what do you want? And specifically, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a service? Are you looking for just signing up for something like CrossFit? Are you looking for signing up for something fun? Are you looking to go to the gym just because you want to have fun with friends? Or are you looking for a result? Because if you are looking for a result, you should really start looking for why the result is important for you, and specifically have clarity whether or not you actually want to get to the results. Because what does make us different, it's really that we focus only on solution, we focus on results, we solve problem for people, and we get you to the results in a minimum amount of effort and time possible. And this is how we actually do it. The top here, you can see the right information. As all the words and their mom tell you that just there is one strategy, there is one diet, there is one workout, I'm telling you that the right information, the right workout, and the right strategy is only about 20% of the results, okay? Is on top and is only 20% of the results. In fact, you need to find a workout, specific nutrition for you. You need to have daily goal and weekly goals in our milestone, and you need to have this adjustment, keep adjusting all the time and getting better and better every single week. Because if you don't do that, if you just get somebody a PDF to follow and you never talk to them anymore, chances are after a week they will lose motivation and they won't do it. On the bottom, we need to set up rules for you to succeed. We need to give you a code belief. Like I said before, this identity building I just finished speaking about, it needs to be so strong that you're gonna hardwire yourself to success. On the left side, and this is also big, is the actual environment. You need to surround yourself with people, with a support group that is gonna lead you, that is gonna help you to actually, you're gonna see similarities on you than you are. And when you're gonna feel like, giving up, you're gonna be surrounded by the same people that are actually health oriented like yourself, of course. And then on top, of course, there must be a coach or a leader telling you exactly that we're not here to save you, but leading you in a right way that you can actually save yourself. And this is the outcome that is determined for you. You're probably coming in with a little bit of confusion or lack of motivation. We actually tell you, we tell you how to build up habits. If you don't have lack of knowledge, over here you're gonna find not only the right information, but the information that is gonna actually save you a lot of time. If you have lack of discipline and you tell me that what you did until now it doesn't work, we're gonna actually build yourself up to think positive and to be able to stay positive. What is the code? The code belief is what I just said. You need to build yourself an identity up from the ground up, positive. In our code is actually number one, try at least everything without belief. That tells you that all the things that you heard before, you kind of have to forget for a bit and actually concentrate on what we tell you to do. Be impeccable with your word. If you tell me you want to change, just do it. Don't say it anymore, just do it. Find time for yourself. I keep hearing this time excuse all the time, and if you don't have 3 hours a week for your health, I'm going to have you consider that you're not yet ready to make sacrifices for your body. Your body is a temple, and you need to treat like the body as such. If you don't understand that, you're in big trouble. Because you either pay a price right now for your health and you improve, or you pay the price later when you get diseases, when you get depression, when you like the lack of confidence you have right now is 10 times worse, and so forth. And the last one is be resourceful. We have many people in the past that try our program and they ask us thousands of questions and they are not resourceful. You need to be resourceful. You're going to get everything you need in here, but you need to understand that you are here to be safe, not to be safe, but you're here to save yourself. And we're going to lead you to the actual place that you need to be to save yourself. The game plan is simple. You are down on the left and you see the second chance women in the program, the women like you, that before they felt like you, that felt very confused and they felt like not having motivation. But when they see people like posting about their results and posting up their wins and with struggling with the same things, you will see that you're gonna feel part of something, because scaling the Mount Everest alone is one thing. Scaling the Mount Everest together is much easier to do that. Lastly, we're gonna actually go by keeping yourself the motivation when you're working out. We're gonna teach you that you cannot rely on motivation, and we're gonna have this trade-off. Then going by motivation, as you see on top, you would tend to die off as soon as just the motivation stop giving you results. And of course, on the bottom, instead, you want to build habits that in the beginning they're going to be very boring, very difficult probably to do, but you will probably understand that you see that way also because you haven't seen results so far. So that 2-3 hours a week it should be for your exercise, for yourself. And as this become a result, you're going to hardwire your brain to see that by you doing exercises and see results, you're going to hardwire your brain to actually do these things, such as when you were brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth for the first time, it was not exciting. Now you do it as a process because it's something you feel natural. And fitness, it will be the same thing. Don't take my word for it. Why are we special? Why obviously we give results? And again, just judge for yourself. We have it here. We saw before. This is some of the ladies we had in the program. Tons of transformation. Some people only in 3 weeks. Some people actually more. We see stuff like that. Thank you, Jerry, for getting me back to my favorite jeans. We see transformation, and obviously the clear question is, the actual question is, can you do it alone? Can you do it with us, or you can do it alone? And why would you want to do it with us or alone? You can take all this information that you learned today and you can actually go for yourself. You can try to apply it and see what happens without understanding that, like I said before, if it was so easy to get information from YouTube and apply it, you probably get, the world will be actually a place that it will be full of skinny people. Today, unfortunately, that's not the way it works. By working with us, the idea is to actually get the right information, to get the right approach, a systemized approach, but specifically to save yourself time, okay? Because by saving time, the most valuable currency today is time. And if you know that you've been stuck for 2 years on the same clothes, on the same problems, you have tried tons and tons of diet, nothing seemed to work, why would you want to spend more time, useless time? You should actually think about jumping on board with somebody or something that actually works. Who is this for? This is actually only for committed women, for driven women, for people that are not looking for quick fixes, for people that are ready to work hard and they don't love to find excuses. Because like I said it, we're gonna commit 100% to you. We're gonna actually give you a lot of love. We're gonna give you a lot of information. We're gonna make you feel like you're at home. We're gonna get you from point A to point B very, very quickly. But you do need to understand that we are not here to save you. We're here to show you how to save yourself. So no excuses, no quick fixes, no, no people that obviously finding reasons not to be successful. Just start work consistent. And here is something that is very dearly to me. It's like many times we see people not really investing in health. We see that all the time. They always looking for the cheapest thing. They always looking for not investing in health. And then they end up spending money in phones, in bags, in stuff like, they're kind of like, I don't know, for some of people they might be important. But if you think about health, I would like you to see health in an actually important way. There is two prices we can pay for health. Number one is the price that we pay up front. It's the price that we actually pay by doing the work, by doing sacrifice, by changing our body, by changing habits, by making sure that we stay healthy for the rest of our life. And it's a price not only obviously with money, but it's a price of energy, it's a price of effort, it's a price of putting in the work day in and day out, it's a price of changing identity. But it's also a price that you're going to be healthy for in the future, for your family, for your self-confidence, for be able to wear what you want, to be in control of your life. And obviously, there is also, then on the other way, there is people that live freely. There is people that tend to pay the price at the end. And the price at the end is always the most expensive one. The price at the end is the people that, live whatever they want, they spend money whatever they want, they just go out, they drink, they party, they eat bad all the time, they say, they always think with this mentality, I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. And then, like, last thing you know, you lose control, you get drifted out completely, and then you end up like you're not happy right now, but you stay on the same habits for the next 2, 3, 4 years, and those are the people that end up in divorces, end up in suicidal, end up in depression, end up in not being happy where they are, and end up most of it in stuff like diseases. We know now that it's been actually correlated that more than 25% in women body fat, it will bring you to actually get statistically more prone to getting diseases, stuff like cancer, diabetes, cardiac attacks, and stuff like that. So there is a very important reflection in this slide here. What is the cost of not taking action? How long have you been stuck in a place for the same place and actually not being happy where you are? How many things have you tried, and how many money have you spent in different useless things that obviously still gets you here, still not get you happy, and still keep you stuck where you are? So if you make this reflection, and if you feel like you're ready, and if you feel like all this webinar here resonates with who you are and resonates to actually you getting results, don't wait long, don't wait any longer. Just get your strategy call. You're gonna see a button on the bottom. You're gonna apply. You're gonna get on the phone with me or one of my inboard specialists, and basically we're gonna be talking about your situation. Don't ask me how much it is. Don't ask me what the program is about. We need to be talking because we're not price sensitive. There is a reason why I don't work with a million people. I want to build I want to build 1,000 raving fans. I want to build 1,000 people that I can actually help, that I can actually change life for. And specifically, I want to do that, and this is how we are not price sensitive, because there is no way for me to be able to tell you what are you gonna need. You might need 6 weeks, you might need 12 weeks, you might need 20 weeks, and based on that, I want to see if this is a fit for you, if I like your attitude, if you're ready to work hard, if we are actually ready to onboard you. So there is no way for me to answer stuff like how much this costs, how much is the investment. We are gonna be only considering people that an application only. So you're gonna apply here, you're gonna answer the questions, and then as we get to the final call, we're gonna be promising you that we're gonna be giving you the best value possible and the best option possible, and we can actually make affordable for you. Okay, so all I need you to do, if this resonates with you, just jump on the application, and we will see yourself on the other side when we call you. All my best, and I wish you a great day.